What's up, Fire family? It's Kiahonfire and welcome back to Valheim. Today I'm doing a quick snappy guide for you guys today to teach you on some tips and tricks that I found out throughout playing the game. And with no further delay, I'm going to start with my first tip, which is parrying. Now, parrying is something I don't see a lot of people doing, but it's an absolutely excellent technique that you need to pick up. To parry, you have to block exactly the same time as it attacks you, so you have to get it just before he swipes you. Not too early, otherwise you won't get the parry, and not too late, otherwise you'll get hit. But if you get the parry right, you're going to notice the thing that you've parried will be stunned for a little bit. It might do a little bit of a dizzy animation for you, and then you're going to see that. That's when you can do some more damage to it, give it a smack straight after that, and you'll notice you've done quite a bit more damage than you'd usually do. It's handy with creatures that attack fast, so definitely good to get used to parrying things. It will be very handy in gameplay and will save a lot of durability on your melee items. Now for tip number 2, repairing doesn't cost anything. If you want to go and repair some items you have in your inventory, perhaps you've fully broken it or it's just lost a bit of durability, the same goes with your armor. You need to keep an eye on that. All you need is a workbench, a sheltered workbench of course, otherwise they don't work properly. And you go into that and you'll see on the right hand side there's a little tab that sticks out. Now it doesn't actually cost anything to repair at this current stage of the game, which is really handy, which means you could just quickly bang that repair button down on everything and it will get repaired. It's very good to remember that you can place lots of these workbenches down to repair your stuff. It should be very important to keep repairing your stuff as well. My next point is about stamina and status effects. These are actually really important in this game because it can contribute to your health regeneration or your stam. You need to stam for absolutely everything pretty much in this game, whether it be swimming, cutting down a tree, fighting your worst enemy, whatever else, you need stam. Now being cold or wet can really badly attribute to your stamina, so you do need to keep an eye on this. If you go into your inventory and click on this button on the right, you can actually check what stats you have and how much it's going to affect you. So being cold is not good because that's going to drain you a lot. Being wet is even worse because that's going to drain you a lot as well. You won't be able to regenerate health as fast and you won't be able to regenerate stam as fast. That's why when you're having a rainy day or night, it's really good to sleep because you can sleep over that, you can rest, and then by the next day you won't be cold and wet and miserable, and you'll be able to fight things a lot better and regenerate your health and stam a lot more efficiently. This also goes with swimming. If you want to swim in this game, if you go swimming with barely any stam recharged in your bar, you will actually drown. You need to actually wait for your stam bar to be all the way up and then go swimming. But wait, remember you're going to get wet. That means your stam is going to be worse. So you might want to calculate a body of water before you go swimming over it. Otherwise, you might just drown and cause yourself some trouble. So make sure your health isn't too low and then make sure your stam bar is high. Another thing with status effects is being rested. Rested is really important as well because when you rest overnight, you're going to get that lovely rested buff. It gives a huge percentage of health regen and stamina regen. It's really, really important. Also throughout the night, animals and creatures in Valheim get more aggressive, so sleeping isn't all that bad. Especially in the Black Forest, things might come out at night and troll you a little bit. The next tip is use a hoe. If you want to build anything, the foundations in this game are pretty low and shallow. So a really good idea is to use a hoe. Now, a hoe isn't just used for flattening land. You can actually build mountains with a hoe as well, but you will need to use stone for this actual function. There is also a little thing where you can do a path as well. You can just put in a path and that would be handy as well. My next tip is build everything under shelters. Now building things under shelters is really handy in this game because you can keep your boxes and your bed safe. The creatures in this game will actually attack your items, which is not good. Also with fires, you want to kind of have like a little air space for them, but you don't want to directly put them in your house with no ventilation because fires will actually generate smoke and that will choke you out. So you definitely want to have a fire in a good spot because especially if you get rained on or it's windy and a rainy night, you want to be able to dry up on that fire because you won't be able to sleep while you're wet. And lastly, my last tip is food is important. Now, you can get some nice food in the beginning. It will mainly probably contribute of raspberries or berry bushes, however you want to call them. You can go and pick them pretty much anywhere in the meadow. There's also some mushrooms within the forest that you can also pick as well. You can get meat off of lurks, deer, and boar if you really like. A good way to sneak up on them is, to sneak. You crouch and you move slowly, and you want to kind of go from the behind, where they're not going to see you, and keep an eye on the little symbol in the middle, and keep an eye on your stam as well, because if you run out of stam, you're going to jump up and lose your thing. Also, if you're sneaking anyway, you're going to gain some points towards that as well. Anything you do in this game will contribute to points that you can earn in your skills. So, that's also really, really good news. Yep, keep fed. It's going to help with your health regen. It's definitely going to help with your stam as well. So keep nice and fed, and that will help you a lot in this game. But anyway, I hope you found this guide helpful. Let me know if you did. Leave a like on the video if it was helpful. Subscribe if you like for some more Valheim content in the future. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!